In the historical centre of beautiful Bologna, near the two leaning towers, an ancient fine palace looks out on the narrow Via San Vitale, bustling with people and vehicles. This stunning fresco-decorated building, the mansion of noble Bolognese families since the 15th century, was chosen in the early 1900s by Guglielmo Marconi as his most favourite dwelling. The building was bought by Giuseppe Marconi in 1902 and was inherited in 1904 by his son Alfonso, who has lived there for a long time with his brother Guglielmo and their parents. When Alfonso died in 1936, Elettra, beloved daughter of Guglielmo Marconi, was given the palace through inheritance.
In 1936, I became owner of the Palazzo Marconi when my uncle Alfonso died. And I treasure this palace, I love this palace. I will keep it always in the memory of my father, Marconi, Guglielmo Marconi.
Palazzo Marconi, also called in ancient times Palazzo Orsi, from the name of the noble family who had owned it for centuries, that counted amongst its members bishops, cardinals and popes, at the moment is under the supervision of the Soprintendenza per i Beni Artistici e Storici. During its long history, the palace, after being mostly rebuilt between 1549 and 1564 by the famous architect Antonio Morandi, nicknamed the Terribilia, has been enriched of architectural improvements and decorations, such as the 18th and 19th century frescoes on its walls and ceilings. In 1775, the schoolmaster sculptor Domenico Pio realized in one of the courtyards an imposing plastic terracotta work representing fighting Hercules, followed in 1776 by a lovely terracotta Madonna on the staircase.
What I remember when I was a little girl was this ballroom. There's still the ballroom, there's a very beautiful ceiling, and I imagined many centuries ago that we're dancing with the music in this beautiful ballroom, with all the beautiful costumes of the time. I'm sure that this palace will look all in its glory and will have a great success when it will be restored, and also will remember my father. It's part of the world. It belongs to the whole world.
Now, Elettra Marconi wants to preserve the palace, all 10,000 square meters of it, from being taken apart and converted into shops and offices. The great scientist's memories would be lost. Such a conversion would be necessary to deal with the expenses due to structural consolidation work that can no longer be postponed. The building has been given maintenance and repair work for many years. But now is in need of structural renovation, its facade to be consolidated and its art treasures being restored within its interior.
The palace was always been treasured by my father because he knew that I would be the owner of the palace. And every time that I came with my father, Guglielmo Marconi, and my mother, Maria Cristina Marconi, we visited the palace together. I was very impressed. I loved the palace, and my father wanted me to be always more close to the palace. And this is why I want that the palace will be restored and will look in all his glory and his great value.